Hello, I'm Trent, aka oTradeMark. Let's talk about Update 10. Update 10. What do you guys think about Update 10? Is this a win or a loss? I have mixed feelings about it, to be honest. I've kind of been in the slump with this game. I don't know. I was a bit disappointed with this update. Let me just kind of go through it, okay? There's some good, there's some bad. Let's just talk about it. So first off, it's 7 Deadly Sins. Nothing wrong with that. The incubator. Let's talk about the incubator. I just barely prepped a unit. So the incubator is, a lot of people have been saying that the incubator has really low value. I think it's a little bit underrated because the incubator is certainly not something that's going to be a lot of use to you if you're a new player or a low level player. But this is my free to play account, so it doesn't have any Robux spent. What is this? 399 Robux spent on what? On what? Nonsense. I have spent nothing. Well, it says I was, maybe someone gifted me something and it counts. I don't think I've spent anything on this account though. Oh, maybe I bought the Rainbow XP potion to level up. I might have done that when the boost pausing was available. But for the most part, still free to play. I liked to have a free to play account in this game because then I was able to see what it's like. It reminds me of the difficulty of grinding in this game. I don't really actively play on this account much. I did today because I was just opening on my main, but usually I just AFK farm or AFK open on this account. So the value of the incubator, in my opinion, is to basically fast level one of your units quite a bit higher than the others, and then put it in the incubator where you're obviously sacrificing your DPS a little bit when you do this. So I'm going to lose my best character when I put him in here, but you're sacrificing it for in the long run to have a much, much stronger unit. Right here, I'm sacrificing this unit for a week, but when I get it back, it's going to be at level 147. Now, if I was to level this from 140 to 147 on the free-to-play account, it would take a lot of time. It's quite difficult to level units when you're free-to-play, and you're constantly kind of restricted by yen and different factors. So by being able to gain these 7 levels and, increase my damage from, 140 to 147. So I nearly I over double my damage just to leave it in there for 7 days. So I sacrifice it in the meantime. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit harder to grind. I mean, I still have a decent team here that I'll be able to AFK farm with, but when that comes out, I'll be able to level my Gojo and my other Mugetsu while this guy is sitting in the chamber. And when he comes out, he's gonna be twice as strong. So in my opinion, the chamber is especially valuable for players that want to invest a lot of XP into a single unit. So on my main account, I'm currently leveling a Genius 3 unit. It's a shiny Mugetsu. I'm leveling it up to 160, and then I'm going to put it in the time chamber for a week. So it'll be 167 when it gets out. Then I'm going to put it in the time chamber again, and I'm going to push it all the way up to the level cap of 175. So by next update, I basically should have a max level unit, which is not considering the other units that I'm going to be leveling during that time. So yeah, I miss out on the damage that I would have had from that unit, but I'm going to come out with a level 175 Shiny Mugetsu, which is pretty wild. That's like 55 billion damage, okay? It's going to start at 10 billion. So this is what I'm talking about when I say value. When I put this guy in, and I mean, he'll only go to actually 174, but still that's 5 times the damage. He goes from 10 billion to 49 billion. Those upper levels are so huge, and they're scaling so much on the damage, and it's so much XP that this is very, very worth it. But the point is, the incubator is good for feeder units. You basically, it's really good. You take a Genius unit, something with like Genius 2, Genius 3. You level it up as high as you can normally, and then you put it in the incubator. You let it develop some levels, and each level that you go up, you're getting more and more value out of it. And in the long term, if you can be patient for a couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks even, then you're gonna pop it out of there, and it's gonna be so strong that you can either use it. If you want to use it, just use it, like if it's your strongest unit, or you can fuse it into whatever your strongest unit is and just get this huge level boost and damage boost. Okay, so incubator, I like it. I think it's a good addition to the game. Chimera Star, I don't ever buy those, so I'm not going to talk about that. Boost pausing, I'll leave that for last. Level cap increased to 175. That's good because we're going to finally be able to maybe push for the level 100 star. The room 100 is going to be really hard to get, but I think with the full team of like max level units or 175s, we should be able to get it. Not positive on that, but that's my assumption. So that level increase is necessary to get some of those new things. The new passives is Ghostly. I'm going to make a video talking about the passive changes. I have a new passive tier list I'm going to release that's got some changes on it. Plus, I'll talk about Ghostly and how the attack speed passives actually play a part in the meta. And then finally, the new upgrades. So the new upgrades are also a big thing in the game. These the star boosts. So you open 50k stars in a certain world, and you get basically a free fast open. It's not quite 2 times. It's not quite the value of fast open, but it is really good. I was testing on my main, and with fast open, you're getting just under 27 opens per minute, and with the fast open plus star boost, you're getting just under 40 opens a minute. So pretty good. Not quite 2 times the speed, but really, really good. And also accessible to free-to-play players, which is huge. This is absolutely insane. If you can unlock this on like you don't want to unlock it on like Dragon Ball, because that's not going to do you any good. But what you want to do is try and plan out how much yen you have and which you want to open, so that you can get this relatively easy. So like I've been actually trying to go for the Sin Star, but it's been a pain because I keep running out again. So if I could go back and redo this, I probably would have spent all my money in like I don't know, like maybe on Jujutsu Kaisen or something. I mean, it really depends on how much yen you guys have and what you're doing, but the upgrades are big. They're very valuable. I would highly recommend focusing on a world, like whatever world you have a lot of mythics or shiny mythics for, and you want to craft a raid character for. And also whichever, like look, I have a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen shards as well. So this would have been a really good world for me to actually focus on. Sins isn't bad either. I was able to get in that massive raid at the beginning. And so like I have enough shards to roll for, like I'm not going to get a shiny, I'm not going to get a shiny raid character on the free to play account, but what I can do is I can get 2 more Meliodas, craft the Meliodas craft, and that's a really good unit for me to have on free to play account. But yeah, that's basically, I think that the upgrades are a great thing. So that's like, there's a lot of good in this update. Okay, let's talk about the bad. First off, faces are gone. It's weird. It's weird. It's not cool, but apparently it's due to copyright issues. Honestly, I'm surprised they don't get sued more often for this, for copyright infringement. So it's not really a surprise to me. In my work, I deal with copyright issues. I have in the past, and they're always a pain in the butt. It really doesn't surprise me that with as many IPs that are in this game and as much money as it's been making, that people are trying to get some of that coin that Direweb's been hoarding. Maybe that it all makes sense. They got sued, so now they're they're raising all the paywalls up, boys. All right. So let's talk about the worst aspect of this update. The boost pausing was replaced with inventory boost. Okay. Oh, this is such a tough topic for me to talk about because I enjoy this game, and I think Direb, for the most part, has made relatively good decisions for the game over the course of its life. But this was just such a terrible decision. And let me explain why. This is now the second time that Direb has introduced something and then rescinded on that. And it is very, very, very bad for the developer to player trust when you give something to the player and then you take it back. It happens in other games where you like release a new unit and it's too strong, so you nerf it, right? And then players that bought that, they feel like they bought something, and then when it's nerfed, they feel like that purchase, what they had intended to purchase, was then taken away from them, or the value of it was lowered. And that can really harm the player trust in the developers. And this is what is so crucial that people don't understand, is that when he did this, well, this is now the second time. So the first time what happened was when he first introduced boost pausing, there was the infinite XP boost. So you basically just paused your boosts, and then you could just go in here and you could fuse, and you always had your infinite XP, right? As long as you had a XP boost in your inventory and it was paused, it still remained active. And he posted in the facts that that was intentional, okay? So he said, yes, that the XP boost stays active when it's paused. That's intentional. Go ahead, use it, right? Like, after he said that, a lot of people went out and bought Rainbow XP boost because they thought, hey, I'm going to have an infinite 3 times XP boost. Well, lo and behold, the next day or the day after, they rescinded on that, and they basically said, no, actually, we don't want that to be active when it's paused. So they made it so that it was only active when you unpause it, which honestly, no one would have had an issue with that. If you think about it, when that happened, every YouTuber that posted about it was like, well, this is a bug. Clearly it's a bug. They're going to fix this, so use it while you can. I made a video about that. I said, look, this is a bug. Direb's going to patch this. You're not going to be able to use it, so use it while you can. But then I had a disclaimer. I said, but even if he nerfs it, the only thing he'll do is make it so that you have to have it active while you're fusing, which is still, like I said, I've been saying this all along, is still very good value. Rainbow XP was the best item that you could buy from the Secret Merchant. It was extremely valuable because you could buy this. You get 30 minutes of XP boost. You could pause it, and you would only use 5 seconds per fuse. I told you guys, it was the most valuable item in the merchant. The only one which I felt actually was worth purchasing out of all these things. And then without notifying us or letting us know in any way, shape, or form, he just took away boost pause. Like, it was such a terrible way of handling things. I don't know how I can better explain it. It was the worst possible way that he could have handled things. He didn't notify people. He didn't give a valid reason. Listen, guys, there is only one reason for doing this. They felt that the boost pause gave too much value. That's the only reason that they would change this. Okay? The only thing that you had to sacrifice was that you couldn't use your other boost. So, like, I had to keep it paused while I'm fusing. So I only unpause it for 5 seconds at a time. I can't use my yen boost. I can't use my damage boost. I couldn't use my luck boost. It was a sacrifice, and that's what I felt was fair. You're sacrificing using your other boosts in order to have the rainbow boost available for you whenever you're fusing, okay? And then Direb does this bamboozle and just smacks everyone right in the face. Says, oh, you thought you could have something valuable in this game, did you? Yoink. You thought you had something valuable in this game, did you? Took it back. Man, guys, I was out of town this weekend, and I was on my mobile phone, and I thought I was bugged. I was like, yo, there's something wrong with my boosts. I can't pause them. I couldn't even unpause them, which in hindsight, that was probably better for me that I couldn't unpause them, but that's another story. I was like, all my boosts are gone. I don't have that. I had, I had like 20 hours of luck saved up. Guess what? They were all gone. He didn't really like, yeah, he posted the fact, but like I was out of town. I was sweating because I thought I'd lost all my boosts. Even though he turned the boosts into potions, I had 25 minutes of Rainbow XP boost, and guess what? That sucker just started ticking. I wasn't ready. I didn't have a full inventory full of units. Like, see, this is what I'm saying, guys. This is what I'm saying. He handled this so horribly. Like you can't handle this worse. He didn't communicate anything. So no one was prepared for this. Like, at least if I would have known, I would have stacked up a full inventory of like legendaries and mythics, whatever, the night before. I would have like had everything ready to go. So like I know. Also, in the previous week, I was only fusing when I had like full inventories of legendaries. I would have been fusing everything. I would have been fusing rares and epics and commons. Every time an inventory was full, man, I would have been popping that Rainbow XP instead of like only focus on the high XP units because I was trying to maximize my boost. And this is the point. Direb, oh man. It seems like such a little thing, but it's really big. It's big because I struggle to support him as a developer when he pulls this kind of crap. It's in most games, if something like this happened, you would be entitled to go and get your money back. As far as I know, there's no way to do that in Roblox. I lost $5 by buying this. $5, which isn't a huge deal, and I'm not even complaining about the Robux. I have tons of Robux. It's the principle. You offered me something that you said this is the value of this thing. Initially, it was an infinite value, which I agree, that's way too overpowered. And then you said, okay, now it's super valuable. You can unpause it for 5 seconds at a time. You can use this thing. So I bought it when it was infinite. I bought it when it was super valuable. But now you just said, you handed me a pile of dog crap and you said, here you go. Here's a pile of dog poo for your $5 purchase. And I'm like, I don't want dog poo. I don't want it. I don't want your crap. Take it back and give me my Robux. Because this, look, Rainbow XP, when you are, look at this, guys. I just claimed a free boost. I have 15 minutes. Guess what? I don't have the yen. I don't have the items. I can't pause this. This 15 minutes, this perfectly illustrates my point. If I could pause this, right now I could pause it, and I could come back and I could use this 15 minutes when I felt it was necessary. But guess what? I have no yen. I have no units to fuse. You just gave me, you gave me more dog crap. Just It's frustrating, guys. It's frustrating to be a content creator for this game because I love this game. That's why I started playing it, or that's why I started posting content about it. I think at its core, it's a good game. And these types of things, they worry me. They really do. They worry me because I feel like right now he is losing a lot of the community's trust. And as soon as there is guess what? If Anime Legends was to release tomorrow, I would never play this game again. I promise you. Assuming Anime Legends is everything that it has been hyped up to be, I am super stoked for that game. And you can only commit so much time to like a game like this, right? So yeah, all of my time would transition right to Anime Legend. That's the truth of the matter. And I think a lot of players are in that same boat. I know a lot of people in my Discord server have been waiting for a good game to come out because they feel like the gameplay loop has gotten stale in this game, and the last few updates have done nothing but increase the paywall. Here's the thing. I've posted suggestions before in the Discord. Those suggestions have, every time I post one, they've gone to the spotlight. But guess what? Nothing ever gets implemented. And it feels, it's discouraging for me to make more suggestions that I feel like are just falling on deaf ears. And I don't know what to do to tell you guys. Like, there are 3 things that you can do. All right. 1, if you want this game to change, you can voice your opinion. You can go to the Discord, you can post suggestions, you can voice your opinions. So that's number 1. First thing you do is you can voice your opinion. Second thing you can do is you can talk with your money. And when I say you can talk with your money, I mean you can stop spending money on this game. Guess what, guys? As long as people buy stuff from the merchant, nothing's gonna change. Okay? At the end of the day, like, the developers treat this and they should treat it like a business. They should make money off of it. But I think they look at short-term gains, whereas I would be more focused on the long-term viability of the game. Right now, I feel like they're really keyed in on the short-term gains, and they're harming the long-term viability of the game. They're harming player trust. They're harming player value. They're making the free-to-play and the pay-to-play gap wider. They're doing all of these things that are going to lead to a shorter term life cycle of this game. Maybe they're aware of that. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe they just want to milk this cow for everything that's worth before Anime Legends or whatever popular anime game comes out next, and they're just trying to take everyone's Robux before the inevitable happens and everyone jump ship. Maybe that's their strategy. I don't know. Collectively, if the community was to just stop spending money on the game tomorrow, of course they would make changes in the game. Absolutely, 100%. They would probably rescind the changes they just made. They would probably make a lot of other beneficial changes. But guess what? Like, that's just not going to happen. It's not. It's unfair to expect people to do that. I'm not saying that you should go out and like criticize anyone that's a pay to play player. I'm not even going to show the Robux spent leaderboard because I don't want you guys to hate on these people. But I'm just saying, like, if people want to spend their own money on a game, maybe they really enjoy it. Maybe they have very different opinions about this game than I do. I say we like I'm speaking for the community, but I'm not. I know a lot of people are upset about this issue, but even I hold different opinions than a lot of the people. Like, a lot of the people think that they're entitled to infinite XP boosts, and I don't think that that's the case. I don't think you're entitled to that. I think that they never should have released it in the state that it was, and I don't think they ever should have released boost pausing in the way that it was. I actually think potions are a reasonable solution to the problem, but the problem is they implemented that solution so terribly. Okay, if you wanted to do potions, how you should have done it is, first of all, when you came here, you buy this, instead of a 30-minute potion, which is trash, this is so garbage, you like, for 30 minutes you can fuse like 3 times total. It's trash. Okay, this is trash. If you would have given me 31-minute potion bottles, now we're talking. Now I can get 30 fuses in. I can time them whenever I want. That's my point. You could have turned these into potions. You didn't. You just made them so these... you did turn these into potions if you had over 30 minutes, but who had over 30 minutes of Rainbow Boost? There was no reason to have over 30 minutes of Rainbow Boost. 28 minutes, 27, 25, even 5 minutes of Rainbow Boost was just as valuable as like 20 minutes of Rainbow Boost, because you only needed to take 5 seconds at a time. Guys, I know this video is getting long. I don't even care how many people are still watching it. I really don't. I will rant all day about this because I feel it's important. This is the core problem that the game has. You can't just do this and then rescind that. It's a horrible way to do things. It really is. So, like, for any of you still watching, voice your opinion, speak with your money. Finally, the last thing that I was saying, there's 3 things you can do. You can speak with your time. Guess what that means? You can stop playing this game if you really don't like it, okay? I'm not quite to that point. Like, if I weigh the pros and cons of this game, there's still more pros than cons. And I enjoy it. What I don't enjoy is the direction that the game is headed, okay? I've played a lot of mobile games in my time, and it has this mobile trend written all over it, where the developers make the vast majority of their income comes from the top like 1% of spenders in the game. And as long as those people keep spending money, they'll keep milking that for all it's worth. And that's like this is what I'm getting at, is that, like, honestly, they don't give a crap if 10,000 free-to-play players hate their guts because you've never spent money on this game. They don't care. The only way that they would care is if the free-to-play players quitting caused a negative trend in the game. Obviously, this game, part of the reason why so many people spend money on this game is because it's popular. I mean, just think of the YouTubers, right? Like, how many less YouTubers would play this game if it wasn't popular, you know? Like, myself included. I mean, I would still probably play this game if I liked it, but even if it wasn't popular, I wouldn't post nearly as much content on it. That's for sure. So, like, having a popular game is important. And so free-to-play players and even low pay-to-play players that haven't spent very much are important to the game because they're important to the engagement. They're important to showing up on the charts on like on Roblox, where you're on the home screen. Anime Fighters is always at the top of like the engagement, right? And so if less people are engaging with the game because they're fed up with stuff, that is one way that you can influence things. Unfortunately, this is one of those games where if you stop engaging with it, like if you stop, like if on my main I was just to stop playing for one update, I would be so vastly behind everyone that didn't stop for that week, or for those 2 weeks, that it would be a huge obstacle to try and catch back up. Okay, so this is one of those games where like time is everything, and you can't just take back not having that time. There's no way Dara was going to watch this long rant of a video, but maybe I can formulate some well thought out suggestions and post them. But the thing is, something needs to be done because nothing at all was done, right? Like they went about this in the worst way possible, and because of that, we're left with this just pile of dog doo-doo. And you know, if nothing is ever done, and yeah, it's one of those games where I probably will jump ship when a better one comes out. So anyways, guys, I've been gone for a while. It's good to be back. It's good to just hop right in and just have one of these 30-minute rant videos, because that's what I do. Anyways, guys, Marlo Alpito, thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out of here.